help you follow along. So this is Expense Saving Hacks. My name is Megan Likes, and I'm a millennial, and we like to hack things. I'm also an accountant, so I like to hack money. I like to save money. I like to save my clients money. So that's what we're going to be doing here. I'd like everybody to stand up for me, please. I know it's early, I know we're not awake. We're going to stand up. All right, and I'd like you to put your hands together. Come on, be friendly. Put your hands together. All hands. I'm sure they wash them. Don't worry. We're all cleaners. Put your hands. No, now I want you to interlock your fingers. I know, we're going to get weird. Interlock those fingers. Looks like there's a couple of you that have been in my class before. So when I say interlock your fingers, I meant interlock your own fingers with your own. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm from California. We like our space bubbles. Right? Everybody can sit down. Good morning, we're awake. Now you know your neighbor. You got really intimate with them early, right? There's some smarties in the background. Good. You follow directions, quite literally. Okay, so my name is Megan Likes, and I'm the founder of Bookkeeping Academy Online. And what I do is I save small businesses money. And I save them money by teaching them how to do their own bookkeeping. So they can know their expenses, they can know their income, and they can pay themselves more. That's my job. And my parents are both public school teachers, so the teaching thing's pretty new. Because I also own an accounting firm, a full-service accounting firm in California where we do payroll, tax, and bookkeeping. And what I realized is I couldn't help the number of clients that were coming to me. I was averaging 200 clients a month, and there's just me and my staff, and I was getting too busy. So now I started teaching, because our questions are often the same. Our problems in business are often the same. Especially when we come to conferences like this and we're talking in between the sessions, we realize that we have a lot of the same problems. So I started creating these classes where I could teach small business owners on a bigger scale. And thank you to the internet to do that online now. So Likes Accounting Company is my bookkeeping and payroll, and my husband and I own a window washing business. So that is me washing a window. Like, I've only done it twice in my entire life. But sometimes when there's a really big job and I make my husband cancel vacation, he's short a guy, he puts me out there. So that's proof of my window washing experience. So today we're here to do expense saving hacks. And this is a disclaimer, even though I am a CPA, this is not tax advice. So you need to talk to your own tax accountant. This is general advice. We're going to talk a little bit about taxes very briefly, but I don't know anything about your situation, so please don't take this to your tax return. Go talk to somebody professional or read the publications. This is generalized advice. All right, and the spoiler, it's in front of you if you didn't get a handout because you're coming in late. They're in the front here. And the spoiler is that we are not saving $12,380. We are saving $29,397 today. And that means you're going to have to move really, really quickly. If you're interested in the recording, here's the picture of the recording. We're going to move really fast. Take a picture, and I'll show it again. Okay, so where to start? I want you to start right where you are. So I want you to leave today with 3 takeaways for your business that will help save you money. I don't want you to stress about what that means. I don't want you to stress about what you should be doing right or doing wrong. We're going to give you 11 really good ideas today. My goal is that you can apply at least 3 of them to your specific business. If you can apply all 11, that's just fantastic. So I want you to begin with the end in mind. So I'm going to have everybody just take a quick minute. I know I'm from California, I made you hold hands, and I'm going to make you close your eyes. You're going to take a deep breath. And I want you to think about how it would feel to have an extra $29,000 in your pocket. What would you do with that? Would you use it to buy new equipment? I think I heard truck. Would you use it to pay yourself more? Would you use it to reward your staff? Would you use it to spoil your family? Would you use it to save for those rainy days? What would you do with an extra $29,397? All right, so we're going to get started. That's the end in mind. We're going to start by trimming the fat. So every business over the course of time gets fat. And when I say gets fat, I mean things sneak in. Recurring transactions sneak in. You come to a convention, you sign up for a software, you sign up for a subscription, you sign up for a magazine. Soon you have too much going on in your business. Too much that's not necessary to generate income, to generate profit, to help you run your business efficiently. And that's when your business gets fat. It gets fat because we're constantly being sold to. Our inboxes are constantly getting flooded, and it's easier to say yes sometimes than it is to say no. But it's also easy to cancel that, to cancel all of the extra subscriptions, to cancel the fat in your business. And if you really need it, you can always go back and add it again. So I encourage all of my small business owners as step one to print out 12 months of their bank statements and their credit card statements. And yesterday I was passing out green pens. Are there any green pens in the audience today? A couple green pens. All right, so you take that green pen and you start crossing out those bank statements. And you cross out everything that's not making you money. Everything. You start there. And you see how much savings that would cause in your business if you really went aggressively through your statements and canceled services that you weren't needing to make you money. And like I said, a month later, 2 months later, if you're missing it, you can sign up for it again. You probably need to do this exercise every 3 to 6 months because, like I said, we're constantly being sold to. It's easier to say yes. The trials now, sign up for 7 days, 14 days, 30 days. They don't cancel after that period. If you're not watching your money, if you're not watching your expenses, those are going to be there the next month, the next month, the next month. And I talked to so many people yesterday who don't have a monthly bookkeeping system. It's more like an annual bookkeeping system where their CPA does it for them at the end of the year. Well, the CPA is not trying to save you money on a monthly basis for cash flow. The CPA is trying to save you money on your taxes. Those are very different things. So that's step number one. When you can trim the fat, you can save quite a bit of money. So I've done this. I own 5 different businesses. I've done it with all of them. The window washing business, we did it on vacation. This is like a fun thing for me to save money while on vacation. So we took all of our statements with us on vacation. We were sitting on a long train ride for 2 hours. We just started crossing things out. Then we came up with a list of the things we wanted to cancel when we got home. We canceled those things, and it was $675 a month of subscriptions that we weren't using. So this is the fun part of today. We're going to have this calculator going, and it's going to add it up. So you take $675 times 12 months, and that first year we saved $8,100. Now that's a very typical result. Most of my clients, it's somewhere like the $775 to $1,250 range when they get really aggressive with this pen. So we're trimming the fat. That's step one. Then we're going to save us from ourselves. So this was a hack that I learned 2 years ago, and I wish I had learned it 12 years ago. And it comes from a guy who does Profit First. Does anybody know Mike McCallum for this book, Profit First? Yeah, I absolutely recommend it. If you're out working in the field still, you can easily listen to audiobooks. It's a very entertaining audiobook. Listen to it on Audible. And what he says is you need to separate your income from your expenses. Because what happens at the end of the month is you just spend whatever you have, right? Maybe you pay yourself, hopefully you pay yourself, but if it's there, it's gone. So what he does is he makes you put all of the money that you earn into an income checking account. And nothing comes out of the income checking account except for transfers. All of your expenses come out of a completely separate account. And what happens is emotionally, you have to physically transfer the money to spend it. You have to feel it moving to spend it. And when you've worked so hard in a lot of interesting weather with interesting conditions, you don't want to spend money. There's just this psychological response that happens when you have to make that transfer, and you can be much more intentional with it. So that's why we're saving us from ourselves. The other thing is I talked to a couple of people yesterday who are still being messy about separating business from personal. You're running a business. You're here because you're running a business. Treat your business with respect and treat it like a business. You need to have a separate business checking account. You cannot be running business transactions through your personal checking account. At the end of the year, you will forget. I've talked to a lot of people who say, I'll remember 5 years from now. No, you won't. You won't remember 2 months from now. There's too many other things going in your head. So business and personal need to be separate. Occasionally, if a personal transaction sneaks through the business account, we'll deal with it. But don't have any business transactions going through your personal account because you will not remember, you will lose that deduction, and you will have to pay tax. So business and personal separate. Read Profit First or listen to Profit First, and then try and separate your income from your spending. It's a really good thing to do right after you trim the fat, because all those things that you didn't want to use, you're not going to change them over because you don't remember those logins. So they're going to be running through the income account. You're going to be seeing them and thinking, nope, I don't want anything coming out of my income account. I want to be in charge of my money. All right, so when you do this, when you separate income from expenses, usually the results So in our window washing business, our results were $15,000. But I'm gonna try and be really, really conservative with you. We're gonna say, you're gonna save at least $100 a month that you're gonna not wanna transfer to that expense account to spend. So now we're at $9,300. Next thing is ditching the bank fees. So I had a couple people ask me yesterday, if you implement profit first, how do you avoid the bank fees? And it's a hard problem because a lot of banks, how they don't charge you fees is they encourage you to keep minimum balances, $1,500, $5,000, $100. And the profit first method is your income account runs at zero. So how do you ditch the bank fees? Usually you have to go to a smaller bank. But there are so many banks out there competing for your business. So if you're currently paying a monthly fee of $15 or $18 or $20 or $12, that adds up over the course of a year, go talk to another bank. Also, great time to do that is when you're trying to trim the fat, because you're not gonna change over your bank information for the subscription you don't need. You're gonna forget, and that'll be your reminder to cancel that subscription. So if we ditch the bank fees, we're not talking huge dollars here. I guessed you're paying $10 a month in bank fees, so it's $120 over the course of the year. But that's $120 that could go towards a new piece of equipment, or that could go towards a company party for your employees. $120 adds up. It's a little bit harder to do, but a lot of money is emotion. And sometimes when it's harder, it's better, because you're gonna save with trimming the fat. Credit card processing. So this is something that people don't talk about. How many people in the room accept credit cards in their business right now? Okay. Leave your hand up if you know what you're paying for your percentage of processing those credit cards. Can you guys shout it out a couple of percentages?
2.9.
2.5, 3.
2.9 plus 30 for transit, 30 cents.
Okay. Did I hear 7? Oh, I didn't hear 7. Okay, so if you're paying over 3%, you're paying too much. Now here's a revolutionary idea. And this was a much better slide like 6 months ago, but QuickBooks is on to my trick. So if you accepted bank draft information, you pay significantly less. You only pay 1% if you're running through QuickBooks. Now PayPal will charge you 3%, but that can be a huge difference. If you have $100,000 in gross receipts and you're only paying 1% per transaction instead of 2.5 or 3, that can really add up, or 4. What I like about QuickBooks pricing is that it's flat. So you're not gonna have to worry about if it's a reward card or it's an Amex or if your percentages are gonna change a lot. Those days are gone with credit card processing. I don't want you to go through QuickBooks though if you're using a CRM. So how many in the audience is running their credit cards through their CRM? Jobber, Customer Factor, Search Monster. Okay, so there's a convenience fee there, right? And that convenience fee is your time in tracking your receivables. So I don't want you to go change from what you're currently doing in your CRM to QuickBooks Online or another processor that's cheaper, unless it's significantly cheaper. So we want to be intentional about saving our money, but something to consider. So for the convenience of knowing who owes you how much at any given point, it's probably worth paying an extra 0.5 to 1%. Okay? So that's the credit card processing. So I did the math. If we were paying 4% on a $100,000 business, you would save $3,000 in 1 year by changing your credit card processing. I have a lot of clients who will say, my clients won't give me their bank information. And the reality is your clients will give you anything you ask them for because they trust you. They trust you with their homes, they trust you with their pets, they trust you. So if you make it the normal, where we don't accept credit cards, we only accept ACH transfers, they will stay with you. If you are processing through QuickBooks Online, which a lot of people were yesterday, it's just a matter of unchecking a box. If you uncheck the credit card box, they can't pay you with their credit card and they pay you with their bank account information. And you save 2 to 3%. One box, $3,000. Okay, bookkeeping software discounts. So how many out in the audience are using QuickBooks? Okay, leave your hands up if it's QuickBooks Online. Good, good. Okay, I'm gonna start with that one. So first of all, you should be using a bookkeeping software. I talked to so many people yesterday who aren't using bookkeeping software. If you're not using a bookkeeping software, you're probably wasting 20 to 30 hours a year by not using bookkeeping software. Do you guys know what your man hour is? Like one guy out in the field by himself? I'm in California and our man hour averages at about $100 an hour. That's big math, $3,000 of man hours by doing bookkeeping. Just by switching to software, you save so much time, and it will be right, which means you usually save on your taxes and on your accounting fees. So if you're using desktop, it's old school, I'm gonna ask you why. Why are you using desktop? There's only two reasons why somebody should still be using QuickBooks Desktop. One is because they're running a huge operation and they're using the class tracking systems, so they're tracking each different operation by class. The other is because they're running payroll through QuickBooks Desktop and they have more than 40 employees. If that's not you, you should switch to QuickBooks Online. If you switch to QuickBooks Online, you'll save 11 hours a month just by switching to QuickBooks Online. Because there's all sorts of automations now and rules in QuickBooks Online that make your life a lot easier and the amount of work you have to do a lot less. And my claim to fame is I teach people how to use QuickBooks Online in less than 1 hour every single month. That's how fast your bookkeeping can be now using QuickBooks Online. So QuickBooks Desktop, if you're still using classes or if you're still using payroll, we have to have a more in-depth conversation. But if you buy it at Costco, you save $100. Costco can give you QuickBooks Desktop cheaper than any accountant or any online retailer. So if you fit those two criteria and you're still using desktop, go to Costco to get your next subscription. If you're using QuickBooks Online, you can email your accountant and ask him or her for a 50% discount. One email. I don't think that there's probably anybody in this room that needs to be using a QuickBooks Online product higher than Essentials. So Pro is more expensive. Essentials is just fine. I was just in Kurt Kempton's class and he was talking about good, better, best. And QuickBooks does this really well. This is the option that most window washers and power washer businesses need, QuickBooks Online Essentials. So your accountant can give you 50% off, and that's a savings of $240 to $360 a year. Now there might be some people in the audience, yeah.
Are we able to get these slides from you?
There's a recording, yep. There's a bit.ly if you see if you get a handout, there's a bit.ly bottom.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. So there may be some people in the audience who don't have an accountant. There may be some people in the audience who are afraid of their accountant. If that's true, you can email me. I hope you aren't afraid of me. I can give you 40% off your QuickBooks Online subscription. Also, if you're a member of the IWCA, they can give you 30% off of your subscription. So there's no excuses to be paying full price for QuickBooks Online. This is a really quick and easy way to save money, and it requires one email. And that one email, it can save you anywhere from $240 to $360 a year, every year, for one email. My email, it's on your slide, on your handout. Okay, payroll processing fees, yes.
If we're already QuickBooks Online saving 30% through the IWCA, can we get that extra 10?
From me?
Over you.
Yeah, if you email me. Yeah. I'm not trying to compete with IWCA, I'm just trying to make it easy. It's an extra savings. But if you think about it, the pain of you switching might not be worth it, right? But it might be. It adds up.
You never know.
You never know. Payroll processing fees. Is there anybody who works for Paychex in the audience? Okay. Because I hate Paychex. And as accountants, we're not supposed to hate Paychex. But I own a window washing company, and Paychex was awful to my window washing company. So please stop using Paychex. Please, please, please stop using it right now. They're terrible. They prey on small business owners, and they are not transparent about their pricing. They have amazingly good-looking salespeople, and they do not provide good service. And it will work with you in your business. I also like Gusto. Anybody in the audience using Gusto yet? What do you think? I love it. You like it? You love it? Yeah, it's cute. They have like this little piggy, and he dances while you wait. And in the top corner it says, "We love Jeff Likes Clean Windows." Isn't that so fun? So they gamified it. Like, get out of Paychex. Please get out of Paychex. Now, if you don't want to get out of Paychex because your rep is very good looking, which I get it, we've sat through lots of those, they're kind of like Comcast. All you have to do is call them and complain about your bill, and they will give you half off. Another reason I hate Paychex. You shouldn't have to call to haggle for the best price, but you can do that. So if you use Paychex, you don't want to change, call them, and they will save you half every single month on your payroll processing fees. All right, so we had, and time tracking. This is a really good one. Anybody ever had any buddy punching happening in your business? Where you're like, your buddy texts you and says, "Hey, I'm going to be 5 minutes late, can you block me in?" Well, who's using time clocks? Let's start there. Raise your hand if you're using time clocks. Only one of you? 2 of you. Interesting. Okay, so what happens? How do you know how much to pay your guys? Apps are in? That's a time clock? comes 5 minutes late?
They'll still start at the same time.
They all start at the same
When
time.
we get to the job, they start at the time.
Okay, so every employee, every day has the same hours?
Yeah, if they're there, yeah.
Okay. Anybody else doing it manually? Yeah. On paper, pencil paper? Okay. Anybody of those people working from California? Yeah. Change it right now. Jeff and I have been sued 6 times from employees for time clocks. That's it. Time clocks. Every single time. We've never lost, but we've paid tens of thousands of dollars in attorney fees for time clocks in California. I'm not going to get on the soapbox about California because we're a nightmare. But I am going to tell you that it's. What's that?
Like we are in all over the state.
What's that?
You guys are a nightmare for every other state.
Are we?
Yes.
I believe it. I believe it. Okay, so we're going to talk about buddy punching though. I think that your time is better spent not tracking time and doing math manually. So you can get an app, what app are you using? Customer Factor has a time clock feature. So if you're using Customer Factor, you should, sorry. House Call Pro also has a, and Jobber does too, don't they? Yeah, all of them do. Okay, so you should be using those time clock features. Yes, sir, sorry.
The thing about Customer Factor has GPS, so they'll tell you exactly where they clock in. And I've had several employees that are on the road, come into work, they clock in, order at home, then clock in, or clock out.
Yep, so that eliminates padding of their time, right? I don't know how many times I've been driving home and I see one of my trucks at like a gas station or a restaurant at the end of the day. They're still clocked in and they're supposed to be working, or they were done for the day and I'm not supposed to be paying them anymore. Yeah, so now we don't have that problem anymore because we have geo-tracking. And because we live in California and we get sued constantly for literally late lunches, missed rest breaks, 5 minutes too late on their lunch, it's crazy. Anyway, we do the face recognition clocking now, so there's nobody punching and the geo-tracking. Okay, so if you change your payroll processing, you will probably save at least $100 a month if you're using Paychex right now. It's easier and cheaper to use Intuit Online Payroll or Gusto. What about employee turnover? Anybody having trouble finding staff? Yeah. How about keeping staff? Yeah. Millennials, right? Our job listing is clickbait now. Our job listing has like Ninja Star, Batmobile, like all these buzzwords in there to get people, millennials, to apply to work for us. But on the plane, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. On the plane, we sat down and actually looked at how much does that cost us for every new hire. That number is $5,237 every time we hire a new guy. I'm going to break that down for you because I know there's a lot of you that don't believe me or your business is a little bit better. Uniforms and supplies. So we give them t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, sweaters, hats, a backpack, a sun hat, cooling cloth, sunscreen, chapstick, ice pack, water bottle, sunglasses. Then we pay for an employee handbook that's about 200 pages long because I live in California. We have to drug test them. We have to do a motor vehicle report on them for insurance. We have to pay for a job listing. All right, that's our hard cost, $437 every new hire that walks through my door. Then we have to interview them. We do a phone interview. We do another interview. My poor husband, he was stood up 13 times in 1 week at interviews. 13 times in 1 week. We do our interviews, we learned this last year at the Huge Convention. We do our interviews at 7 in the morning, 6:30 in the morning, 7 in the morning, because we want them there at 7:30. And if they can't be on time the first day, they should not be working for us. We exchange emails with the applicants, we review the applications. Then we have to onboard them. So we have a 15-minute meeting where we go through a PowerPoint like this, we talk about our company, we talk about our culture, we talk about our rules, we go over the handbook. And then we have to do another 30-day review, 30 days later, another 15-minute meeting. And then the training time. Anybody know how long it takes them to train a new guy?
A month,
Yeah. We said a month, or 2 months. Yes, sir.
a month,
A
right?
month, yeah. We're trying to get it down to a week. So this number has 1 week. My husband will say it's not down to a week though. But the number was too big if I did 2 weeks. So our time at $100 an hour for 1 week of training time, one dedicated person training, that comes up to $5,237.
But
So we're motivated.
That's at 1 week of training, no?
1 week of training. So if you think of 4 weeks of training average 8 to 10 staff. We're not a huge company. But we needed a culture. We needed to value our team members. Because if we take that same $100 an hour of our time, for them maybe it's $75 an hour, but they're actually our best customer. Our employees, when they're out there in the trucks and they're making us money, we should be treating them with a lot of respect and a lot of gratitude. And I have an old school husband, I heard the guy in the green shirt, like, what, they don't want to do their job, or what, they don't want to come to work, what, they don't have any work ethic. But the reality is, they're probably your best asset is your employees. So we started changing things. The first thing we changed is we added a rehire bonus. So we can't run 3 or 4 trucks all year long, even in California. We have a slow time, we have a rainy season, we usually drop down to 2 trucks for the winter. So what we started doing was offering a rehire bonus, and we pitched it to our staff like, this is a fun thing for you. You can go snowboard, don't break any bones, for 2 months, and then come back, and we'll give you money to come back to the job that you love. This year, we had laid off 4 people, and 2 of them came back with the rehire bonus. And I was very happy to write that check. Even though I didn't know the dollar amount of $5,237, I knew it was a lot of money to go find a new guy and train a new guy. So paying him $250 to come back after winter, I was glad to do that. 2 hands up.
How did you figure out your rehire bonus?
I guessed.
Yeah.
I threw a dart at a dartboard, right? And I didn't know if they'd go for it. I was like, I don't know if it's worth them to them or not. You know, maybe it was too low, maybe it was too high, maybe next year will be different, but we gotta start somewhere.
Does their marital status have anything to do with their ability to return?
I live in a college town, all my guys are young. I don't think I have any married employees. I maybe have had 2 over the past 12 years. No kids either. Oh, that's not true. We've had 2 babies over the past 12 years. The other thing was referral bonus. So when spring comes and the guys don't come back, I want to clone the ones I've already trained. And it's a little bit of a double-edged sword, because if they like each other too much and somebody gets mad, you lose them both, right? But usually, if they like each other, they're more productive, they're happier, you're happier, it changes the culture. So we actually have this going year-round now. We do weekly bonuses, and if they refer somebody and we hire them, they get $50. That person's there in 3 months, they get $100. If that person's still there in 6 months, they get $250 to work with their friend. That really cuts down on my recruiting time and strategies. And I have a happier staff. We also switched to weekly payroll. So we started asking our guys, what do you want? What can make you happier? I hate running payroll, and I hate running it every week because I have to look at their faces from their, face recognition, and I have to look at these time clocks to make sure that they took their breaks, they took them on time, they didn't have a late lunch, they didn't have to pay them an extra hour. I hate doing it, but they really wanted it, and they love it. And now it's really easy for me to throw bonuses on there for things that are important to me, like Yelp reviews, employee referrals, clean trucks, no lost equipment, being on time, not missing any work. These are the metrics that we fill out. The employees pick up these bonus sheets on Mondays. On Fridays, they turn them in. Everybody has to turn in a bonus sheet because I want them to know that why they didn't get their bonus. And they can earn, last week we paid $440 in bonuses. And I'm really happy about it, actually. An accountant who's happy to spend the money there because I'm saving the money on my turnover rate. And then monthly prize wheels. Everything's gamified now. They're millennials. You gotta keep them engaged and happy. You gotta make it fun. And then company parties. So Jeff learned this from Brandon last year. He surprised them with a company party, and it was like the greatest day ever. So now we've had 3 since last year's huge convention. So the schedule says it's gonna be a nightmare of a job. It's gonna require all crews for 6 hours on a Friday afternoon in the wrong direction of traffic. And it's at like a go-kart racing place or indoor skydiving or something fun. But the guys love it, and they love their job, and they develop loyalty. So we learned all of these tricks. None of these are mine, from Martha Woodward, and Martha Woodward owns Quality Driven Software, and it's pretty darn amazing. And in 1 year, we were able to do everything on that previous screen. A year ago, we weren't doing any of it. And it's because we took this class called the Culture Turnaround Series, and I'm very hopeful that next year, I will not have turned over 17 employees. We will not have lost $157,000 in time. Yes.
How much of a cost difference is it paying weekly compared to bi-weekly?
So if you're using Gusto or if you're using internal and payroll, there's no cost difference to you. And actually, from a budgeting standpoint, the small business owner, it's friendlier, right? You're not accruing like payroll amounts in the summer or in December. Okay, so we're just gonna we're gonna assume that you keep one extra employee from all those tips. We're not gonna do the 13 or the 17, we're gonna assume you keep one extra employee and save the cost of that, one onboarding at 1 week of training. You're gonna have happier employees. And you're gonna be a happier boss. You're gonna like going to work because your guys actually show up. They don't call in. They don't call in late. They do good work. Okay, so talking about attracting and retaining retirement plans. Anybody offering a company retirement plan? 401k. Good. This is for you. And those of you who aren't, I'm guessing the reason is because it's too expensive. Does that sound about right? Or maybe you're too small?
Too small.
You're too small. It's hard to wash windows and do power washing as we get older, right? It's hard on your staff too. And it's hard to find people because you're competing with, well, we're in California, we're competing with In-N-Out, who's starting at $16 an hour. We don't start at $16 an hour. They offer a 401k. They get to work inside of the air conditioning, right? So we're trying to find easy ways to make our guys more successful and to keep them longer. So a retirement plan was a really easy way for us. And we have a 401k, and we're paying $8 an employee a month. That's a very reasonable fee to not have to pay that turnover rate and to compete with In-N-Out. And what we're using is called Guideline 401k. And nobody knows about it. Like accountants don't know about it. They're not talking about it. It integrates with internal and payroll, and it integrates with Gusto. And it's worth looking into. I think there is a $500 setup fee, but most 401k plans, it's Paycheck's 401k plan, $2,500 setup fee. Like $100 per employee per month or something. Ridiculous.
What is it called?
Sorry?
What was it called?
It's Guideline 401k.
So is that a set amount of the $8 no matter on the company or?
Now, 401ks are tricky because you can't play favorites with yourself. If you're an employee of your company, you can't play favorites. But that's okay. If you are not a sole proprietor. So if you're a sole proprietor, you can't be on payroll. Yeah. If you're a sole proprietor, you can't be on payroll, which means you can't participate in 401k. Yes.
What's your thoughts on simple IRAs?
I like them. They're cheap to administer. They're harder to set up, and I'm a millennial. I like easy. Right? This one you can do it online like in an hour. So simple IRAs, you have to talk to somebody.
It's all, it's done through ADP, pretty simple.
Okay. Do you like ADP?
So far, yes.
I used to have them on my paycheck slide, and I took them off last night because I've been hearing better things about them. Where I live, we joke that by the time the ADP reps cards are printed, they're gone. I figured that was a bad indicator for me, but ADP might be another option. Good. Good. Yes. It's the fee. Yeah, and they'll help you figure out how much you're contributing, like what the minimum required is.
What do you guys?
We do 3%. When I did the math on one guy, man hour for a whole year, I think it's like $125,000 that that guy makes me. For every employee, $125,000. I think I should fork out the 3% to keep him, right? I don't have any customers that pay me $125,000 a year, not even close. All right, so $1,200 a month savings for retirement plans. If you have a retirement plan, there are only 3 hands up, so this one's just for you guys. And you're investing in their future. You're showing them that you care. You're showing them that you understand that it's a very hard job that they won't be able to do forever. Okay, mileage tracking. This one's always like a hot topic. People get a little bothered by this. So if you have company vehicles, I hope that you're writing down your odometers on the first day of the year and the last day of the year or close to it. I'm more worried about your vehicle. And you're going to tell me your vehicle. How many is it? 9,000. Yes, sir.
What's the difference between tracking mileage and just not tracking?
So even if you're tracking actual, which many of you may be because your accountant said, oh, you bought a new truck, let's give you a big deduction last year. That's actual. You still need to know what's business versus personal to figure out the percentage of the gas that was business, which means you still have to have a mile log. still have to know your actual mileage. And the mile log is hard to recreate. I've gone through several audits with these. It's not fun. The IRS is on to all of us, right? They're hard to recreate. It's easier to just keep it up as you go. The hardest thing to do is get in the truck and turn it on. Your company vehicles that are pretty much exclusively used for work, I'm not so worried about. I'm worried about the truck you drive, your family camping in, and then you also drive to estimates, and you drive to Zero Gun. That's the car we're talking about here. You have your hand up, sir?
Mile bug, is it pretty comparable to Everlance?
I don't know, everyone's, but
Okay,
maybe.
It's also app-based, but does that really drain your battery pretty easily?
No, not at all.
Okay.
It's old school. It's not a fancy app, but it works really well. Jeff has been using it for 12 years.
Now, does it also does it have an option to send your mileage to your accountant?
Exactly. So at the end of the year, it generates a spreadsheet, which is that mile log. So if you interface with it like an app, at the end of the year, it turns into a spreadsheet, which as accountants, we love spreadsheets. But I think as window washers, you don't like spreadsheets. Okay. All right. So, yes.
The last couple of years I've been doing, receipts for gas, then maintenance, insurance, so forth. And I switched over to.
So for the truck that you bought and deducted in the first year, you cannot switch to mileage later, but you still have to track your mileage. So as long as that truck's in service, you're gonna be doing your gas and your repairs. Accountants forget to tell you that. Yes, Jim?
Can you do like multiple vehicles in there?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And we do like even our personal vehicles, we capture when Jeff doesn't use the work truck.
So if we claim the mileage deduction, you don't claim any other deductions for the vehicle?
That's right.
Asman?
Yeah. It's an either or, but I wouldn't be surprised if some accountants aren't doing it. Yeah.
Overall, have you figured out what is best for the company?
It depends on how fancy the truck.
Wow.
Like you can do that math up front. But some of these rigs, what they were saying yesterday, $30,000 rigs.
Isn't it up to 7 vehicles though? You don't have 5 vehicles?
Okay. All right, so we're gonna keep this simple. We're just gonna say $600 in extra gas that you're not gas, but mileage that you're not tracking in your business right now. We're done with $21,000. Okay, I'm gonna get on my soapbox again. I'm gonna talk about optimizing our routes. I was not a believer in this until, like 2 days ago. So we're talking about mileage, we're talking about optimizing our routes. I'm gonna show you Responsibid. And if you talked to me yesterday, I talked to everybody about Responsibid. I didn't know what Responsibid was a year ago. Now I do. Absolutely changed my life, changed my business, changed everything. Because it's making me so much more money. But what people don't talk about is how much is it saving you? How much does Responsibid save you in expenses? And so I'm gonna tell you why. And it's because if you're running more than one truck, it's really hard to optimize your route. Anybody struggling with that? Like you've got an angry client on the phone and they wanna get in by Friday, but you're booked up 6 weeks and you don't think you can get in by Friday. I'll add you to the cancellation list. You add them to the cancellation list and then you throw them in and you end up sending your guys 30 miles this way, 60 miles that way, and 15 miles this way, and then they end their day at 30 miles back this way. So we're just gonna try and figure out the expenses of that. So we've got extra gas, we've got wear and tear in your car, but the thing I'm more worried about is that $100 an hour man hour. I am not making any money while my guys are sitting in a truck, right? I don't want them sitting in a truck for 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day. And if you think about it, it adds up. It really adds up. So what Responsibid does is they have CrewCal, so we integrate Responsibid with Jobber, and it integrates with Customer Factor and Housecall Pro. But what it does is it optimizes the routes for us. So when I have that angry customer on the phone, I don't talk to angry customers, Tammy does that, because she's nice as I am. But when Tammy is an angry customer on the phone, it doesn't give her an option of sending the guys all over the county, right? Because it's optimizing for her. And if she needs to override it, Responsibid will add a trip surcharge. So you actually get your money back, your time back, your hours back. So trip surcharges, game changers, I didn't want to do it, but Responsibid makes it so easy. The clients don't balk. They really want you to wash the windows. They don't want to call a guy who's closer. They want the best person. Include the trip surcharge. Don't be afraid of it. You're losing money by going out of your service area and reducing your drive times. You're losing money by driving your guys all around the county. And I don't care how good you are at scheduling, I don't care how good your secretary is at scheduling. When you have an angry customer on the phone who's trying to fit on your schedule, you're gonna give them the next available time. You're not gonna optimize your route. So what I love about Responsive is it does it all automatically. Sorry?
What's the gallon of gas in California?
Okay, full disclosure, I drive a Vespa. So my husband comes to my office and fills up my gas tank, with one of his little red things. But if I had to guess, it would say like $4.50. Do you know? It's not that high?
It's like,
Sorry.
yeah, like between $3.50 and $4.
Okay, sorry. It's been like 3 years since I
Well, no,
filled gas.
2 hours of driving, that's a lot of fuel.
It's a lot of fuel, but I'm more worried about $100 an hour per guy in that truck. Yeah.
On the surcharge, you're talking just for the one-offs where you have to go out of your way or a time sensitive.
Actually, we set it in based on their address.
Anything out of your service area.
And our service area is 10 miles. And we only have 30,000 people in those 10 miles. But it works, right? It works. Well, we have, okay, technically we have 60,000 people, but 30,000 of them are college students living in apartments. Yeah. So I know that's why we've been working this right?
The responsive did save money too, like when they actually like book their own job online, or you know, that's a
Yeah.
project. and all that.
Yeah, I could do, so I think I wrote down this, we could do all of that, I didn't want this to turn into like a responsive love fest, but I did wanna talk about optimizing routes, and for so many years, we couldn't do it because we were doing it manually. Like, it's just impossible to do manually well, and what I love about it is it features it. So here's the numbers that I came up with. When we started optimizing our routes, we saved on average 7% per month in hard cost expenses. So if you're running a $100,000 business, that's $7,000 a year. We used it to calculate the trip charges and our proposals, also bundling packages. So if you raise your average ticket, you're driving less in between jobs, you're making more over the course of the day. So in 1 year of using Responsive, we've increased our sales by 30%. And that's just our numbers. So everybody's results will change, but you will save money and you will make more money. And for us, it was a game changer. So we're gonna just use the $7,000 because that's the 7% in hard cost savings per month that you'll save by optimizing routes. Is House Call Pro doing that? Anybody know? No. Yeah, as far as I know, there's nobody else who has that crew cal feature to optimize your routes and build in the trip surcharge. Okay, home office. This is another hot topic. I'm not gonna wear my CPA hat, but I'm gonna wear my CPA hat for just a minute. This is a trick. Is this what your home office looks like? Okay. The trick is, this is not a desk. This is a kitchen table, right? And the second most often thing that I see in audits is that you're using the kitchen table and your accountant's letting you deduct it. And the trick is, in an audit, that has to be regularly and exclusively used for work. And there's nobody that I know, except for one client, because he's super aggressive, that can argue that the kitchen table is used regularly and exclusively for work, never for anything else.
It only has one chair.
Nope, on the back, there's 3 dining chairs.
Oh, okay.
I think if there's one chair, I would argue we could probably call it a desk.
The way the picture looks, it only shows one, so.
I don't know how the pointer works, but they're hiding way back here.
Oh, I see it now,
Yeah,
that's here.
see, there's like feet.
Yep.
Okay, so regularly and exclusively for work. Now, the other thing that I hear in my office a lot is I don't want to deduct my home office because I don't want to get audited. Okay, well, your risk of audit is 0.6%. And the way I do tax returns, and the way I hope your accountant does tax returns, is you should never be afraid of an audit because it's 0.6%. What you should be doing is setting your business up so that if you did get audited, it would just be a bad day, but it wouldn't be devastating, it wouldn't be catastrophic, you wouldn't get a tax bill, it would just be a nuisance, right? So, that's my home office soapbox. But I don't want you to not be deducting it because you're afraid of an audit. So if you have it, deduct it. Keep it simple. So they offered simplified rules in 2013. Now, all you need to know to deduct your home office is what the square footage is of the regular and exclusive use. That's it. No more, like before you had to gather utilities and your insurance, and yes, you should do that if you have those things, because you'll have a bookkeeping system to do those things, but you don't have totally, I just need to know what's the square footage. Okay, so on average, the maximum you can do the simplified method is a $1,500 savings per year for deducting the home office that you already have that you're using regularly exclusively. Now, it doesn't have to be its own room, it can be its own space in a room, but that space in that room cannot be used for entertainment, cannot be used for the kids, cannot be used for eating. But if you have a space in your home, which I'm guessing all of you do where you're working, deduct it. Okay, so we made it. We made it through like all of those expense saving paths. And the reality is it's quite simple. Decrease your expenses. Right? Go through and trim the fat. Use the green pen. If you don't have a green pen yet, come get a green pen. Use the green pen. Do it on vacation. Do it while you're watching TV. Do it at a coffee shop. Do it on a date night. Use the green pen and take your money back from those vendors that you're not using. Decrease your expenses. Increase your profits. So income minus expenses equals profits, right? Profits are how much you're making. There are so many small business owners that I talk to that are working for free or significantly underpaid. And when you ask them why, they say, well, I don't know where it went. I don't know where it goes. I want you to take back control of your money. And I gave you a lot of tips today that would help you do that. But basically, at the end of the day, what it means is you get to make more. And I'm hoping you all love your jobs. So making more doing what you love, it's a win-win. And then repeat. This is not a one and done thing. You're gonna have to do this every 3 to 6 months because we're constantly being sold to, there are constantly new things you're signing up for, things are changing. This presentation went from $13,000 in savings to $30,000 in savings in 6 months. Because things are changing, opportunities are changing. So keep looking at it, keep repeating. So we're gonna review. We're trimming the fat. We're saving us for ourselves, opening that extra bank account. We're ditching the bank fees. Other people want your money. They will take your money for free. Ditching bank fees. We're lowering our credit card processing fees, maybe by accepting ACH transactions, unchecking that box in QuickBooks. We're not paying full price for QuickBooks anymore. We're using the tools that are available to us. We're negotiating our payroll, or we're switching our payroll, or we're firing paychecks. That was like the best call I ever made. You will rue the day that you screwed with Jeff Lex doing this. That's what I said, I think. Reduce employee turnover by at least one person. If you can keep one guy happy. Retirement plan administration, consider it. Tractor mileage, your truck, tractor mileage, do it. You will not win in an audit, it is not pretty. Optimize your routes. Deduct your home office. That's it. It looks really simple when you put it on the screen, but that's a really big number. It made me smile a lot. I got like a little kid, like, oh, I can't wait to share this with them. Okay, so now it's your turn. I gave handouts. I hope you have a handout. If you don't have a handout, grab a piece of paper. I do not want you to leave this room until you've written down the 3 things you're going to do when you get home from this presentation. Yes, sir.
Have you heard of benefits?
Yes, for good things. It plays next to somebody. Who's the other party? Send payrolls and.
We use timekeeping with that, but, the new payroll and the timekeeping with the picture and a lot of locking out.
Yeah, there are a couple others out there that I've heard good things about, but I haven't personally researched, so I didn't put them in. All right, 3 things. I seriously don't want to have to walk around the room, but I know how these things go. You're getting information thrown out at you, and you can't remember anything by the time you get home. My favorite thing after I give this talk is when people send me an email or send me a Facebook message, and they tell me how much they save. It's an amazing feeling. So will you do that for me? Will you guys let me know? Okay, the other thing I want you to write down is 2 quick words, and it's going to be, what are you going to start doing when you get home, and what are you going to stop doing when you get home? Yeah.
Some of this, why are we waiting until we get home?
Because you have a lot of people to talk to while you're here.
Call my accountant right now and get them on.
I would wait till you get home.
I already called him before.
I like hanging out in between sessions.
I did that at 5.
Yeah.
Nobody was up, I came out here, nobody was up.
I was not up.
Nobody wanted to talk with them late in the morning.
No, fair enough. doing? What are you gonna stop doing? 2 words.
Wasting and saving.
Wasting and saving. I love it. That's your hard-earned money. You worked your butts off for that. All right, the recording, you can ask, so here's the Bitly again. If you want the recording, I will send it to you. It is on the screen, it's also on your handout.
That was the video of today.
It's, yep, Ashley in the middle there is recording today.
My wife is benefit from it. We have 3 businesses as well.
I can't see who's talking. Oh, there you are. Hi.
We have 3 businesses as well. My wife would have benefited from this, but she's been in our session.
So when people tell me that, I ask them this follow-up question. I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but do you listen to your wife?
We don't work together for a reason. We
Yeah.
have separate businesses.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, I'd love to connect with you. So you asked for my email address. I think it's on the handout. It's also up here. I want to hear how this goes for you. This is not theoretical for me. This is real life. This is your business. And it gives me energy to hear that I'm helping. That this made a difference. Okay, so I want you to take a minute, and we're going to end by closing our eyes one more time and think about, like, what are we going to do with that $29,000? What does that feel like? When I saw last night $157,000 in employee turnover in 2 years, I was sick to my stomach. Because it felt like I failed. So, we're all going to do better when we get home, right? All right. Any questions? Yes, sir.
So, you didn't, at least I don't think you mentioned any recommended apps for time clocks.
I'm happy to. So, we use T-Sheets because we are Big Brother. We face recognition. The guys like it. They like give us funky selfies, and it's entertaining. I'm sorry? You use face recognition on T-Sheets. Now, it's not cheap. $4 an employee a month. But, you know what else isn't cheap? Attorney fees in California.
And obviously, as soon as one of your employees gets one of your trucks, you have to start paying.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and then you can't wait till they get.
Absolutely. Well, especially in California. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what, so my husband, he's crazy punctual. So he leaves at 7:30, like the trucks leave at 7:30. If you're not in that truck, you have to text to figure out where they went, right? But you don't want to disincentivize them from getting there early, right? Like, I would love to pay a guy who's there 15 minutes early cleaning out the truck, or cleaning out the shed, right? So they get to clock in when they get there. Yes. Oh, I didn't give you more. So T-Sheets is one. All of these CRMs have some sort of time clock feature. I don't know how you get the data out though. So as your team gets bigger, I don't think you want to mess with putting it in a spreadsheet and then manipulating it to put it in a payroll program. So I would look for integrations with your payroll program. There was, yeah, go ahead.
You talked about the saving on the processing fees, but said it wasn't really worth it for using CRM. Have you found a way to go to Square or something like that? I think they said if you process more than $250,000 a year, they'll lower your rate, but is there another way to do it or no?
So we were doing the 1%, well, okay, 6 months ago, QuickBooks Online, it was free to process bank fees. So we never had the credit card button checked as long as we were running invoices through QuickBooks Online. A client would call and say, I'd really like to pay this with a credit card. We say, absolutely, happy to do that. And we check the box to resend the invoice. When we switched to Jobber is, I don't know, I think they're running like almost 4%. And I did that math, and that's a lot of money. But I also did the math of like accounting fees and tracking receivables in 2 programs and messing up integrations, and it made sense to me to just pay whatever Jobber said I needed to pay.
But through Jobber, you're not paying a $30 a month fee, are you?
I don't think so.
You're not paying for a merchant account.
Yeah, but I mean, at this size, not to be pretentious, but the size of our business, at $30 a month fee to run credit cards that pay us, I'm not as worried about. It's more the percentage on my
Well, I'm
gross.
saying, they're a higher percentage because you're not paying that merchant account. So depending on how much volume you're doing with the credit card, that might make a difference to some people.
Yeah, but I mean, we did the math on $100,000 gross receipts.
Okay.
And for me, convenience fee. not gonna call it a monthly surcharge, I'm gonna call it the convenience fee of having it run in one system. Yes.
Now, you say stuff about, credit card transactions, the fees. There's a box on there where you can click and the customer pays.
I don't think we can do that.
There's one on Apple Pro and Market to where you
But
won't
in
pay this
California,
thing.
I don't think we can do that. So like in California, we can offer a cash discount. So we can give them a rate if they pay us in cash, but we cannot transfer on our credit card processing fees. I'm pretty sure, I'm not an attorney, but pretty
Yeah,
sure.
'cause they just think,
They do it in New York? Yeah, I would look closely, because what we see, the workaround is a cash discount. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
I have a question about the whole pay system.
Yeah.
You guys always know that in those that 2 month slow period, what if they have a 401k plan?
So there's really cool rules about 401ks in terms of vesting. So I would talk to them about how that works. And what I love is they're the experts, so they'll customize that plan for you and your business. And you'll tell them, we're a seasonal business. You'll tell them, we sometimes have part-time staff. You'll tell them, well, I hope this goes up, but like our average employee stays with us like 4 months. All right, it's gonna change. I'm gonna change it. I'm working on it, but you know, that's, you can only do one thing at a time. All right, got a hand back here. Please.
You offer medical benefits?
Sorry?
Medical?
Do we offer medical benefits? Yes, we do.
Who do you get that through?
Our broker. So like we have an insurance broker who has like our workers' comp and our umbrella and our commercial auto and they had somebody come in and do all the health stuff for us. We only pay 50% of their premiums. So company pays 50%, they pay 50%. But it's a hard job. The good news is we live in a college town and the majority of our guys are under the age of 26 and they're on their parents' plan. Right? But I would hire a guy over 26 and pay half their medical insurance, but we don't have to that often. Yes.
Have you tracked, losses due to injuries?
Workers' comp job.
Not just that, but your losses as far as, some injuries don't stop an employee from working, but they slow their productivity down. I've got a strained knee, but what we do, what do you?
We're crazy about that. So if they're hurt, they're not working,
Okay,
right? Like if they hurt their back, if they hurt their knee, if they hurt their shoulder, we are giving them the day off paid, we are sending them to the doctor, we are like crazy protocols, because we've had 2 falls, and it's scary. Like my job is to get that employee home safe to his family at the end of the day,
yeah.
right?
One of the, just so maybe the audience says, we encourage as we grow ballet, yoga, stretching, preventative on the front side. Most of the injuries I see are stupid injuries because.
Talk to Jeff, I love that.
Yeah.
Jeff only does yoga when his back's hurt.
Yeah,
And I
well-
try and explain to him, if you did yoga before you hurt your back, you wouldn't hurt your back. But,
And
yeah.
our productivity stays constant and up. The physical being in and out is monitored prior to, you got a kidney stone. I'm gonna tell you, drink lemonade or lemon water. I don't want that kidney stone to interfere with things, but if it does, we will take care of
I
it.
get a little cautious about like giving medical advice to employees, right? I'm very conservative. If they're hurt, go talk to a doctor, right?
These are things that we do through like our feet. We actually do a foot and ankle clinic and develop orthotics for our shoes. This, we're using.
I'm burning through 17 guys a year. I can't pay for orthotics on 17 guys a year, right?
Yeah.
I can tell them to wear skate shoes because they won't slip on the roof, and the power washing today, so wear your board shorts. Like, that's about all I can do.
A lot of that's covered under their insurance plan already, but the fatigue, the loss of productivity to fatigue, or, my back's so sore, I gotta take a day off. Well, you know what?
Well, I'll look at it for next year.
Yeah,
That's a good question.
I'll drop it.
Yeah.
So you mentioned something different about sole proprietorship when it comes to 401k, but I didn't catch it.
So payroll. So this is something that I didn't realize, and I have to be very careful because I live and work in California, so I know you live and work in California. But sole proprietors cannot be on payroll. They cannot be on
You're
payroll.
not an employee.
It is not allowed. And paychecks, they will sign you up for payroll as a sole proprietor.
What do you do?
It's a draw. And I have a whole bunch more information about draws. I actually do, this is like step 1 of a 10-step program to run a more profitable business. So I think there's information on your flyer if that's interesting to you. But ultimately, after you save on expenses, the goal is that you start paying yourself more, whether that's a draw or payroll or both.
So is your academy, with a monthly?
No, it's a one-time fee. Yep. So the academy is teaching you how to use QuickBooks Online in less than 1 hour a month.
What's that?
What's the fee? There's a discount for the huge convention, it's $250. Yes, sir.
Can you just do a quick plug on your, one-day workshop with us about?
Oh, sure. So I have this online class, I'm not supposed to be selling that. This online class where I teach you how to do QuickBooks Online in less than 1 hour a month. And what I found is you guys are too busy doing other things and you don't like hanging out with me on the internet, and nobody was finishing my class. So they would pay the money, and they would make it through Module 1, they'd make it through Module 2. My favorite module is Module 4, and nobody was making it to Module 4. I cannot save you money if you don't make it to Module 4. So I decided that I should make it a live class. I do it in 8 hours, and it's an amazing thing. Are you ready? In 8 hours, I can catch up 12 months of QuickBooks with you in 1 day and teach you how to do your own bookkeeping in 1 hour a month. And you can't ditch me because we're sitting in a virtual room together where I see your face and you can't run away. You have to make it all the way to Module 4. And it's an amazing game changer. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to plug. The next one is a virtual one on August 20th. The space is very limited because it is literally me helping. And I bring in other bookkeepers to help also. It's a really fun thing. So we have a huge convention this year. So that's all I have hand. All right. Yeah. Okay. And I'll be in my booth all afternoon. So you can catch me for a few minutes after, but you'll also be able to catch me